Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're venturing deep into the shadows, far from the city lights, into the ancient, whispering heart of the wilderness. The deep woods have always been a place of mystery, a realm where the line between our world and the next feels incredibly thin. For centuries, people have shared chilling tales of what lurks among the trees, stories passed down around crackling campfires. But what if those stories weren't just stories? We've recently come into possession of some truly unsettling footage, all allegedly filmed in 2025. It comes from a collection of abandoned devices, trail cams, and personal phones discovered scattered across some of North America's most remote forests. Tonight, we're going to analyze this footage together. We'll piece together the fragmented narratives and try to understand the chilling events that these digital eyes captured. Prepare yourselves, because what you're about to see is raw, unfiltered, and deeply disturbing. This is Ghost Stories from the Deep Woods. Let's begin with our first piece of evidence. This comes from a high-end drone, found lodged in the upper branches of an ancient redwood in Northern California. The drone belonged to a group of experienced hikers who are documenting their journey through a notoriously isolated section of the forest. The last recorded flight path shows the drone performing a routine sweep of the area at dusk. Watch closely. Everything seems normal at first, just breathtaking views of the endless canopy. But then, the drone's camera pivots unexpectedly. It wasn't a manual correction. The flight log shows the operator wasn't touching the controls. The camera locks onto a specific point in a dense thicket below. As it zooms in, you can see it, a faint, shimmering outline of a figure, standing unnervingly still among the trees. It's almost transparent, and it doesn't move like a person or an animal. The drone's thermal camera was also active. While the surrounding woods show a patchwork of temperatures, this figure registers as a cold, empty void. Absolute zero. The hikers are nowhere to be seen in the footage, but you can hear their faint voices through the drone's microphone. They sound confused, asking each other what the drone is doing. Then, a sound cuts through the air, a low, mournful hum that doesn't sound human or animal. It grows in intensity, and the drone's sensors start to go haywire. The video feed glitches violently. The last clear image we have is of that translucent figure seemingly raising an arm, just before the drone crashes into the trees. The hikers were reported missing 2 days later. Their gear was found at an abandoned campsite, but they and the drone's operator were never seen again. What did they encounter out there? Now, let's move east to the sprawling Appalachian Mountains, a region steeped in folklore and tales of strange beings. This next clip was recovered from a hunter's trail camera, strapped to a tree overlooking a secluded game trail. The camera was set to trigger by motion, intended to capture deer or bears. For the first few weeks, that's exactly what it did. You see footage of deer passing, a raccoon investigating the lens, even a black bear lumbering by. It's all completely normal. Then, on the night of October 12th, the camera activates at precisely 3:03 a.m. There's no animal in sight. The forest is dead silent. Nothing triggers the camera again until the exact same time the next night, 3:03 a.m. Again, nothing is there. This continues for 5 consecutive nights. On the 6th night, at 3:03 a.m., something finally appears. It's not an animal. At the edge of the frame, a tall, skeletal figure slowly emerges from the shadows. It's unnaturally thin, with limbs that seem too long for its body. It moves with a jerky, disjointed gait, unlike any living creature. Its face is obscured by darkness, but you can make out 2 pale, glowing points of light where its eyes should be. It pauses directly in front of the camera, tilting its head as if it knows it's being watched. The air in the video seems to grow heavy, and you can see frost beginning to form on the camera lens. Despite the mild autumn temperature recorded in the data, the figure stands there for a full minute, motionless, before retreating back into the darkness as silently as it appeared. The hunter who owned the camera retrieved it a week later, reporting an overwhelming sense of being watched the entire time he was in the area. He never hunted in those woods again. Our third and perhaps most personal piece of footage comes from a smartphone found near a remote lake in a dense Minnesota forest. The phone belonged to a solo camper named Maya. She was an avid vlogger, documenting her solo adventures. Most of the video files are what you'd expect. Beautiful shots of the lake, her setting up her tent, and her talking to the camera about the peace and solitude of the wilderness. However, her tone changes on the second night. The video is filmed inside her tent. She's whispering, her face pale in the phone's light. She talks about hearing voices, faint whispers carried on the wind that sound like they're calling her name. She dismisses it as her imagination, the wind playing tricks on her. But the next video, filmed an hour later, is frantic. The whispering is turned into clear, distinct words. She holds the phone up to the tent wall, and through the fabric, you can hear it too, a soft, melodic singing. It's a lullaby, but it's distorted and unsettling. The final video file is corrupted, but we managed to recover a few seconds of audio in a single, chilling frame. The audio is just Maya screaming. The single image is a shot of the outside of her tent, illuminated by her headlamp. Reflected in the calm water of the lake behind the tent is not the image of the tent, but of a tall-cloaked woman with a sorrowful expression on her face, standing right where the tent should be. Maya's empty campsite was discovered the following day. The only thing left behind was this phone, lying on the shore of the lake. These pieces of footage, from different corners of the continent, all tell a similar story. They are tales of ordinary people who ventured into the woods and stumbled upon something extraordinary, something ancient and unexplainable. Are these isolated incidents, or are they connected? Are these entities ghosts of the past, or something else entirely? The truth remains hidden in the shadows of the deep woods, waiting to be discovered. The digital breadcrumbs they've left behind only deepen the mystery and serve as a stark reminder. When you enter the wild, you are never truly alone. Thank you for joining us on this unsettling journey tonight. What do you think is going on in this footage? Do you have any of your own strange experiences from the woods? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you want to explore more mysteries with us, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe and stay curious. We'll see you next time.